China is known for copying technology from around the world. But there is one story most people have not heard. China tried to copy a Filipino invention, and instead of becoming a success, it failed in a shocking and embarrassing way. This documentary will reveal what the Filipino innovation was, why China wanted it so badly, and how everything collapsed step by step. The Filipino innovation was a smart community transport system that started in a small Philippine city. It looked like a normal electric jeepney, but it was upgraded with GPS tracking, solar charging stations, digital fare payments, and a design perfect for narrow local roads. The system became popular in the Philippines because it was cheap to maintain, easy to repair, and strong enough for rough roads. Drivers loved it. Commuters trusted it. It quickly became a symbol of local pride and problem solving. China saw this success and thought they could copy it, scale it, and sell it back to the Philippines and the rest of Southeast Asia. They built their own version fast, believing that mass production would make it better. At first, China's version looked impressive. The outside design was modern. It had bright lights and a digital interior. They even advertised it as faster, stronger, and better than the Filipino original. But soon, problems started to show. China made the vehicle larger to add more seats, thinking more passengers meant more profit. Instead, the bigger size made it struggle on tight, uneven Filipino streets. The suspension system was too weak for rough roads. Every time the vehicle passed through potholes or old bridges, the frame shook, and some units even broke down only weeks after being launched. China tried to solve this by installing stronger parts. But those parts cost more, and the price of the vehicle increased so much that local transport operators could no longer afford it. The next failure came from the battery. China used cheap battery cells to save money. These batteries overheated, lost charge quickly, and some even shut down during trips. Passengers were forced to walk home. The Filipino original had solar charging hubs designed for local weather. China tried to copy them, but used panels that were not built for tropical heat. They overheated, cracked, and became useless. China ignored local mechanics. They believed foreign engineers could do everything. But when breakdowns happened, simple repairs became impossible because spare parts did not fit and manuals were written in another language. Filipino innovators designed their model to be fixed in an hour. China's copy took days because repairs required expensive imported tools. Drivers lost money every single day. Passengers began avoiding the China-made vehicles. They complained about the smell of overheating batteries, shaky rides, and delays. In the Philippines, word spreads fast. Soon, everyone heard the stories. Social media posts exposed the failures. Pictures of broken units went viral. Mechanics said the copied system was too fancy for local reality, while the Filipino version was simple and reliable. China tried to change public opinion with advertising. They released videos talking about advanced transport for Asia. But no campaign could hide the fact that the vehicles could not survive real-world conditions. Meanwhile, the Filipino team kept improving their system. They upgraded their software. They improved the suspension. They added stronger charging hubs. They listened to drivers. China made a big mistake in thinking speed was enough. They built fast. The Philippines built smart. And in innovation, smart always beats fast. Soon, international groups took interest in the Filipino project. Investors from Southeast Asia wanted to support the original, not the copy. The world began to see it as a homegrown success. China tried a last move, offering low prices to force Filipino operators to switch. But trust was already broken. Cheap does not matter when the product fails the job. This story is not about who is richer or who has more factories. It is about who understands the problem better. The Filipino team understood the real needs of the road and the people. China underestimated local wisdom. They thought copying design was enough. But they could not copy experience, culture, or daily struggle. Those things cannot be copied. They must be understood. The Filipino innovation succeeded because it was created for Filipino streets, Filipino weather, Filipino mechanics, and Filipino commuters. It worked because it was born from reality. China's version failed because it tried to dominate a market without respecting it. It tried to replace something it did not study. It wanted profit without purpose. In the end, the Filipino original kept moving forward, while the Chinese copy faded away like a forgotten machine. The Philippines proved that innovation is not about size. It is about connection. This is the story of how China tried to copy a Filipino innovation and failed miserably. Not because the idea was bad, but because the heart of the idea was never theirs to begin with. The Philippines won because it never forgot who it was building for.